Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am just heading downstairs because last night I got some bargains of the century. I went to Morrisons in Wales and the yellow sticker man was just in full force. And I ended up getting all of this. All of these reductions. So I know how people on YouTube, they love a haul. I'm going to be doing a yellow sticker haul, everything that I got reduced, which is a lot. Some of it is duplicated because I got very excited about some of these reductions that I felt like I needed to pick them up for my mum as well because she loves a bargain as much as I do. If I bought this shop full price, it would have been £51.35. But I actually only paid £12.03 for all of this stuff, which you will see. That's a saving of £39.32, almost 40 quid worth of savings on this stuff, which is crazy. It's funny because I was in such a terrible mood yesterday, and then I went out, got all these bargains, and it instantly lifted my mood. So let's get into the video. I'll show you what I've got and maybe what I'm planning to do with it. I'm hoping this is a good setup. Hopefully you can see everything. What should I start with? Let's start with these because they're big and in the way. So first off, some trimmed leeks, which were £1.50 down to 30p. I got two of those, one for me and one for my parents. It was mostly on the fruit and vegetables. I was waiting around for him in case he went to all the meats and proteins and everything, because obviously everyone wants to get good deals on that stuff. And it's stuff that I wouldn't normally pick. So for example, I would never buy pineapple. This has actually already been opened because I had some last night. But this pineapple was £2.29 to 35p. So I would just never pay £2 for a little bit of pineapple. But it's really fresh as well. It doesn't taste, you know how sometimes when you get things that are reduced and it's a little bit off already. It's really good pineapple. So I got one of those and then a second one also for my parents. Let's go with some protein. So these were half price. So this is Morrisons The Best range. 2 breaded chunky haddock fillets was £4.50 down to £2.25. And they're freezable, so you can't really go wrong. Chuck them in the freezer and then just have them with some, I don't know, some potatoes and peas or something. That's just a really quick dinner one evening. So I got 2 of those just because there was 2 left there. I couldn't resist it. Back to the vegetables. I got some sugar snap peas, which are usually quite an expensive vegetable, a bit of a bougie vegetable. They were £1.39 down to 28p. So those would be good. I'm thinking maybe in a stir fry, or you could stir fry them in some garlic and some chili oil. They're really good with Asian dishes. We'll definitely be using them in something. And I got a second one of those as well. What else? Oh, so they had these. I wouldn't normally go for things like this, but obviously you acquire a taste, don't you, when it's cheap. So these are satay style chicken skewers, and they were £2.25 down to 45p. I mean, for that price, I just thought it'd just be handy to snack on them. And I did get a second one as well. Going back to fruit, this has already been opened as well. And some of this I've actually taken out of the freezer to show you. That's how committed I am to showing you my bargains. So this was mango, £2.29 down to 35p. I mean, £2.30 for mango just seems expensive. Obviously everything is at the moment. And then I got a second one. Fresh watermelon. This is 500 grams of watermelon. It was £2.99, so £3. That's more expensive than the fish. And it's now 45p. These were in the freezer, so you might not be able to see what they are. But they're those potato croquettes you find. So these were £2. God, that's quite expensive for potato croquettes. There's only 6 in here. They were down to 30p. Now, I've been having these occasionally, for breakfast. If you're, sick of bread, it's just nice to have something in the freezer that you can just bung in the oven or air fryer or whatever you're using. And you can have, just some eggs with it or some beans. 2 punnets of strawberries. These were originally £2 down to 30p. And still looking pretty fresh, to be honest. Oh, that's odd, though. They're both grown in different places. These are actually Somerset strawberries. And these are from Kent. I'll be interested to see if there's any difference between those. I got a head of broccoli. This was 16p. from 79p. So that's just like, when things are, I don't know if you feel this way. Let me know if you feel this way in the comments. But when things are in pence, it doesn't even feel like I'm spending money. It just feels like negligible. So I feel like I just had to buy it and find a way to use it. And don't worry, this will all be used or frozen. My mum freezes everything. It's this kind of running joke at the moment that even if like she's got some like leftover like gravy or like the tiniest bit of like katsu sauce or something, she'll put it in a little Tupperware and freeze it. And we just think, well, what are you going to be using that for? But she just hates waste, I guess. I suppose that is a good way to be. Crunchy coleslaw kit, and it's got like I'm guessing like the mayonnaise to stir through it. This was £1.39 down to 21p. It's really nice weather today, so you could possibly have something with coleslaw tonight. You could definitely pimp this out. Like, I probably wouldn't just use the mayonnaise that comes with it. You could add in like some sriracha or some lime or some tahini or something to make it a little bit more exciting. Some fresh herbs. I mean, it's a bit sad at the moment. Pomegranate seeds, which I use these quite a lot actually. On things like, they add a nice like pop of freshness to things like curries or like stews, especially if you're using like Middle Eastern flavours or something like that. It's just nice, and it makes everything look pretty, doesn't it, when you put pomegranate seeds on there. But you could use it in baking, add it on like cakes, desserts. But what I do is I just chuck them in the freezer, and then because they're so tiny, they defrost in like a matter of like minutes, basically. These were £2.29 down to 35p. Raspberries, £2. Raspberries, I see as like a luxury item. I usually buy them already frozen. £2 down to 30p, so I bought 2 of those. I would be intrigued to see what people got reduced in a supermarket. I don't know whether that's sad, but if you're here because you love that kind of stuff, you can feel very at home. Got quite a few of these, and now in the light of day, I'm not sure why. These are like fruit and cheese packs, so it's got chopped up apple and grapes in there and cubes of cheese, and it was £1.59 down to 24p. So I picked up 3 of these. I think my parents are going to have some. No, you could almost make a really easy ploughman's with this. You could just add a bit more cheese, some crackers, maybe some chutney. I'm thinking with a glass of wine, but I'm always thinking about wine, aren't I? Oh, final item. This is Morrisons, the best. Always the best. Creamy Maris Piper mashed potato. This was £2. Who's paying £2 for mashed potato? Down to 30p. But it's freezable, and I just thought this might be like a good addition to like a roast dinner. Because sometimes like preparing potatoes can be a little bit annoying, can't it? Not being very modest here, but my homemade mash is the best. I hope that brought you some kind of enjoyment. If it's made you as excited as I was to buy it, let me know. Also, I'm really curious to know if you go out and go yellow sticker hunting. Let me know like the best still that you've ever had, because the one that comes to my mind is I used to live near a Waitrose, and on a Sunday Waitrose would have like some like heavily discounted stuff. And we used to basically stock up our freezer and live off Waitrose food, but it was like the price of Lidl food, so it was brilliant. And we once bought some fresh mussels that were like, you know, when you get them like fresh in a bag, ready for you to cook yourself. They were like 40p, I think. I can't remember what they were down from, but like when you think about what you would spend on like mussels when you go out to eat, subscribe, give me a like, thumbs up, because it really helps the channel. I'll see you for the next one.